I will be analyzing Out Here, No One Can Hear You Scream by Katherine Joyce, photo and video by Emily Cassie. Joyce takes use of the creative nonfiction medium, and instead of starting off with the main idea, she instead throws the readers in a situation, this perspective being from Cheyenne, a 33-year-old Arizona wildlife biologist on an early Friday morning, looking out 280 miles on the Colorado River, full of excitement as she is starting a new job, knowing that this is a chance of a lifetime for her. The tone of this first and second page turn from excitement and happiness to uneasiness and feelings of fear, and really worrying for what this new job really entails, as Cheyenne recounts an experience of assault within her new job, leaving readers at a cliffhanger. This transitions into Joyce's factual and historical support and her main idea. Diving into the historical and factual information that Joyce presents, she highlights instances of women being discriminated against in the workplace, finding evidence of long-term patterns of sexual harassment in a hostile work environment. Leading Joyce to introduce Lisa Donnelly, a former Forest Service administrator who is working to compile different allegations of women being assaulted in the workplace. Donnelly's work allows Joyce to clarify her main idea, that questions about the treatment of women have only started to surface, and are going to continue to surface without further action. Support of Donnelly's action plan clarifies Joyce's own mission of finding stories of long-time muted voices and shining light on them, hopefully bringing justice to the community and other minorities within the service experiencing discrimination. Additionally, Joyce working with Cassie is a really creative addition to this medium. Integrating photos and videos paired with such personal content reaches viewers on a more intimate level. Concerning Joyce's attitude, it doesn't seem that she tries to skew information. Rather, she emphasizes supporting information for the victim. She does this by presenting information that emphasizes her support, seen throughout. For example, on page 9, she includes information from Hall, a staff member in the canyon, explaining that short-lived river affairs were almost expected of female employees, disclosing that boatmen worked with supervisors to send women from completely unrelated divisions, often targets that required river access and dependency on men. Though Joyce includes information from one side of the argument, she never uses biased language in heavy support of one side or the other. Rather, she arranges information in a way to get her point across. However, she is sure to disclose information from the other sides. For example, on page 10, Edwards, a man who harassed Waters, a female employee, had communicated to Joyce that he suspects nearly everything Joyce was told was at least either a misrepresentation or an outright lie. In regard to the topic of harassment in the workplace pertaining to national parks and forests, Joyce's work does present the truth. In a National Park Service environmental survey in 2017, it was reported that 38.7% of all employees had experienced harassment at work within the past 12 months of completing the survey. Of that, nearly 20% experienced gendered harassment, the survey stating that women and other minorities are more likely to experience higher rates of harassment than men. While I was reading, I was aware of the interpretive lens I had as a woman in the male-dominated sport of weightlifting. Oftentimes, being the only woman in the room, I was biased to understand the victim's position in this situation. Joyce's lens is supported by her background in minority representation, publishing 2 books backing women within religious environments, where their views and ideas were often hidden. She describes herself as a secular feminist, often surprised at the anti-feminist lifestyle within her research. I see that both my and Joyce's previous experiences push us to support the victims in these situations and not question the perpetrator. Upon further research regarding women in science, the implications of discrimination in a professional environment are impactful, for example, when observing how women have less access to social capital. Without the network of professional and social partners, women of equal or better skills and knowledge are more likely to leave educational communities, says Edkowitz, the author of Athena Unbound. This professional constraint remains in place due to societal structures as well as governmental ones, as the Equal Rights Amendment has not been passed nationally. The ERA would commit to equality regardless of gender. Joyce's stories push for equal rights in the workplace, contextually relevant to this day. This perspective reminded me that the fight for equal rights is still alive.